For Wall Street Media, this is Melissa. I'm here with Doug, and we're going to help you make money in the stock market with information you can't find anywywhere else.
Well, good morning, my wonderful pal. How you doing?
Good morning. Doing well, thanks.
Have you stayed out of trouble all morning?
I have.
Oh, boy, there's something. I'll tell you who didn't stay out of trouble. That's the stock market. It's a mess out there. They cut rates 0.5 point, but they didn't do as well as the Chinese did. And they didn't cut income tax from savings, so there's no liquidity. And that's the most important thing that we need right now. An awful lot of these companies that we had from Maxim here were growth stocks, right? And we have some interesting stories here, but they need a little bit of help from the Fed, and from Congress. What do we have, and what did they say?
Well, we can find all the webcasts at wsw.com/webcast/Maxim. Our first video is of NovaBay Pharmaceuticals, ticker NBY, and they speak about their new product to cure staph infections and new medicine for ear infections and ulcers.
One of our major opportunities that we've been told by physicians are, in dermatology. We've had very good in vitro activity against P. acne, which is the bacteria that causes acne. We are effective, extremely effective against herpes viruses, and we aim to move our program again with our lead molecule MVC422 into this area early part of 2009. We hope to do it with a partner, but if we don't get the right deal, we're going to do it alone and move forward with this. We've had very good data that shows in the number of animal studies that we've done, the product has been effective and could be effective against acne. Acne is a $2 billion market, and a number of companies are player in it, but I tell you, nothing works because my daughter has acne, and we've tried lots of different things, benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid. Now she's on clindamycin, and still she's suffering from acne. So this is an area that really begs for a good product. And this is a detail of a study that we did, which is a surrogate study that shows that penetration of NovaBay compound in guinea pig, and although we compared it with the antifungal compound made by Sanofi Aventis, so potentially we have an antifungal compound as well, because we outperformed the Sanofi Aventis' product in antifungal study. But this is a surrogate for our acne activity.
Hey, this is super important stuff, kiddo. Let me tell you something. I just had a couple surgeries, and they were their biggest concern was infection, right? And there's so much of this, and it's so like violent and fatal now with so many of these different things. I see NovaBay. There was a press release there about telling people, don't skip on the gym, but these are the things that you need to do. German Mike, you want to pay attention to this, right? No, not that you've been to the gym more than, twice a friggin' year. But in any event, right? Yes, I know, time. Super important, right? When they're putting out press releases telling you, don't be afraid of the gym, you should be afraid of the gym. And we need these guys to come up with something, because an awful lot of the infections they were warning me about, I had a German doctor, I think he was related to German Mike, and he was telling me, and I said, well, what do you do if that happens? He said, well, then we miss you. Right? It's like the alternative, right? And right? But I was the only one in the room that didn't think that was funny. I think these guys have super important things. What else did they say?
We have Anthony Vendetti, Director of Research for Cynosure, ticker CYNO, discusses their growth and a strong focus on aesthetic market, and talks about their flagship products, including laser body sculpture liposuction.
So as far as flagship products, as I mentioned, we have 8 different flagship products that we believe address all of the high-volume cosmetic applications, from laser body sculpting to anti-aging, removal of unwanted hair, pigmented lesions, vascular lesions, and cellulite. And these are the different products that we offer. So laser body sculpting, the opportunity, once again, we believe is significant. It's relatively untapped. Really, with the introduction of our FDA-cleared first system Smart Lipo and at the end of 2006, we've really opened up this market. It is an adjunct to traditional liposuction, but also can be used as a standalone device for liquefying fat as well as tightening the area of treatment. It's minimally invasive, can be performed under local anesthesia. There's minimal to no bleeding, bruising, and swelling, which is fairly prevalent in traditional tumescent anesthesia liposuction. It's ideal for dermatologists and plastic surgeons. 85% of plastic surgeons perform liposuction in their practice today. And liposuction is the #1 invasive cosmetic application in the United States, about 500,000 procedures in 2007. So Smart Lipo, we have 2 platforms. The first platform we introduced was called Smart Lipo. The second one is Smart Lipo MPX. The first platform was a single wavelength system concentrated on removing areas of concentrated fat or liquefying the fat, allowing the doctor to aspirate out the liquefied fat, and then also there's a thermal effect to the device, thermal properties of the laser that actually tighten the area. We market it to physicians building up a liposuction practice. It's a single wavelength, ranges in power from 6 watts to 12 watts to 18 watts, and it's upgradable. The price range goes from basically $95,000 to $135,000, and this system is only marketed in North America. As I mentioned, we just introduced in May of this year the Smart Lipo MPX. This is a dual wavelength, high-powered system. Max power is 32 watts. You have 20 watts of ND-YAG and 12 watts of 1320. These are 2 wavelengths that we believe are optimal for this indication. We also utilize our multiplex delivery approach, where you can sequentially fire these 2 energy sources down a fiber optic to optimize the clinical outcome. And we do believe we will be able to demonstrate this with clinical papers forthcoming. We're able to get even better tightening and better liquefaction of the fat. The price range of this system is $140,000 to $160,000. We launched it in North America in May, and we just launched the system in the international markets this quarter.
Hey, fantastic stuff, right? Now, this is the only thing I'm worried about. I'm afraid that people are going to watch that video, see you, and they're going to think like, okay, we're making an implied endorsement here for the after. You know? I'm going to be before. You'll be after. How's that sound? Is that a good plan? They're going to sell 1 million of those. Anyhow, guys, that was Maxim. We have more that we're going to bring back later. We can't pipe Melissa down enough to be able to get these into one show. So we're going to be back with it more from Maxim. This is a great conference, really interesting companies, and I'm looking at Cynosure right now while we're shooting it, and these guys are actually up a couple of % today, which, as you know, is good as gold in this environment. They must have said some really convincing things, man. Really good stuff.
Yep. We're here every day at Wall Street Media, and you can find us directly at WSMCO.com. Thanks.